I have, of course, almost 46 years of living in this state. I was born here and raised here, so yeah, I pretty much know. If I don't know it, I could probably find it pretty easy. And if I don't know it, that's usually because it's a town that nothing's really ever happened in, which could be a good thing. uh, oh, okay, you're tuning in to some lives. Great, great. Always glad to have people tune into my lives and check them out. Like I said, I've never done one this late at night. Honestly, usually the latest I've ever done was with Boss Man on Truckin' City Media, which is usually, I want to say we had one around 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock his time, and we ran about an hour. His lives usually run an hour and a half generally at the most. And most of my lives, whenever I do them through StreamYard, if they're going great and I've got a lot of people, I wind up running almost 2 hours long. And I have had one that was my premiere when I first started doing lives that lasted almost 3 hours. But it was going so great, I didn't want to leave, but I wound up leaving it, and I used to do one every Sunday. I try to, but I've had a lot of things go on within the last couple of months, and it's just been a rat race with me. But like I said, this is all new to me. I wanted to come on here and uh, hmm, I believe that's a character I've seen on a video or two. I believe that's what it. Yeah, uh huh, yeah. And I also know I've seen in another person's shorts video. For some reason, they had one for sale at a TA. Imagine that. Imagine that. But yeah, I tell you what. It's, all right. We have had several fires around in our area. Some of them have been pretty well contained, but we had a lot of good winds today too, so it just sparked them right back up. That is the bad part about living in a very windy state. Whenever you got all this dead grass and stuff and brush from the wintertime, and you get these high winds, and all it takes is someone, flicking the um, tobacco product out the window that's still lit, and up goes to someone's pasture, and then a house, and then so on. Chain reaction. That's why it's best, honestly, if you use tobacco products, which I'm not one to say it's a good idea, but if you do, at least have the courtesy to use a proper disposal of it. Don't just throw it out the window when we have high winds. This is, just to help pass the education along, because some states with the wind and the brush and stuff, it'll catch and it just carries on for miles and miles. Okay, just example. Um, Whenever they have a lot of wildfires out there in California and stuff, it causes a big problem and headache, because you get a lot of people that are homeless because of that. Because I mean, granted, I've heard that sometimes that there's like glass bottles or something, and the sunlight happens to beam through it just right, and it'll trigger a lot of the pine needles and things. And I've also heard of the sap literally being on the trees, coming off the trees, and the sunlight hit that just right, and it basically make a beam and cause fires. Uh, Either way, um, fires helpful if containable. Very bad if you get in the middle of it like we did here in Oklahoma. It's just not a good thing. But so, what state are you from? Just a guy, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, man, this is a lot funner whenever I have more people in here where I can chit chat with. I see people here. I just would like to run them comment and bring up subjects so we can talk. Generally, like I said, I use StreamYard as a rule, and people usually come in, and I usually have